As promised, part 2 of the story about the Lost Gold Trails Loop I found in Idaho near St. Anthony. I was at the White Sands feature in that area, and I stumbled across this very old highway sign that I think the state of Idaho forgot to take down. And I don't know if they're trying to sweep this under the rug, if they forgot about it or what, but it doesn't make sense because the mainstream narrative is that it's just a route from Idaho to Montana. But what kind of a route from Idaho to Montana is just a 53-mile loop in Idaho? That makes no sense. I did stumble upon a YouTube video of a local who says, well, the reason they call it Lost Gold Trail is because there was a train robbery and the outlaws hid the gold somewhere on that 53-mile loop, and it hasn't been found yet. So that makes sense to me. So down the rabbit hole I go. I'm studying about bank robberies in Idaho. I'm studying about outlaws. And before I went back to Idaho, I'd probably read one of these books on Amazon. But for now, I'm going to talk about a story I heard that makes a lot of sense in the area. I found the story on True Tales of Buried Treasure. And you're not going to find this story in any historical archives. There's not going to be a historian talking about it on PBS. I think it's just word of mouth, tale to tale to tale over time. But it really makes a lot of sense, and so I'll tell it to you real quick. And trust me, I would never send you on a treasure hunt I wouldn't go on myself. You can watch the YouTube video, but I'll just break down the story real quick. So this happened on June 22nd, 1867, just out Salmon City. A wagon loaded with 165K in gold bars was ambushed by a lone bandit about 10 miles away from Salmon City. And the shipment, the gold bars, they came from the Custer mine. And there was only one guard because the second guard that showed up to go with him was so drunk that the driver of the wagon said, "Go on, get. Go on, get." That's what they said back then. And that was a big mistake because now they only have one driver and one guard. And like I say, about 10 miles out, a lone bandit shot the one guard dead and forced the driver to help him load the gold onto 2 pack animals. And then he told the driver to go back to town and not look back, which I don't know. That's kind of a bullshit flag for me because why would you let that guy go back to town and get the sheriff? So, I mean, a good bandit would have shot him, but whatever. So the driver ran straight to the sheriff, and within hours, the sheriff rounded up 20 men, all sober, which cracks me up because, like, was it hard to find 20 sober men in that town? I don't know. But they found the tracks, but it was not just one lone bandit, one set of tracks. There were 2 sets of tracks. And they found out later that one guard that was too drunk to go, they found out later that he was involved. And what's so compelling about this legend, and I'm calling it a legend, I'm not calling it a historical fact, but what's so compelling is the proximity to the Lost Gold Trail Loop and the geology, because legend has it that the sheriff and his 20 sober guys tracked the 2 set of footprints to Little Lost Creek, and later one of the outlaws led them to a lava cave. And trust me, there's a lot of lava tubes in the area, and there's a lot of outstanding landmarks, which I think outlaws look for outstanding landmarks to stash their stuff so they'll remember where to go later. So if you are out there looking for this $2 million treasure, there's a lot of beautiful landscapes at least, and an opal mine where you can dig for your own opals.